Hey, so this is another little tip on remote working. I haven't done any for a little while. So this is something that I did when I started work at Red, and I've actually done this for a few other companies as well, though it's the first time I've used Notion for it. So I set up a page which basically is a brief introduction to me and kind of like a central hub for like other folks in the organization to come and see who I am and get a load of useful stuff. And I've had quite a lot of feedback that this has been really helpful. I added this to my Slack profile as a link, and I also like sent the link out and shared it with people who saved it and stuff. So the stuff that it's got on here, there's a quick Loom video embedded, which basically is me saying hello. So before I meet someone for the first time, I'll sometimes send them this page, and if people don't know me, or someone's giving an introduction, they can take this Zoom link, this Loom link. So that seems to work quite well for kind of getting to know people before I actually meet them. And then I've also got a list. I used to keep this updated with any trips that I had. So if I was going to be in Vancouver or Toronto, I'd put the dates in here so that people could see when I was planning to be in what location. And then I had a couple of useful links. So this is the current time where I'm at in London, my personal website, a link to my personality type on 16 personalities. And then I've got another couple of links, which I'll do a separate video on. This is a link to book meetings with me through an online interface, which is another Notion page that looks like this. But I'll do another one of these on that. And then this anonymous feedback is just a type form where people can just punch in some anonymous feedback and it gets emailed to me. But that's something I've had for a long, long time. And I don't get a lot of feedback with that, but I do a bit. So the idea is that if people need to like know stuff about me and what's going on, they can kind of come here. This is like a central place. Same with the usernames. It's got my Slack username, my Twitter, Medium, GitHub. These are all links to those as well. Trello, LinkedIn, because this is the kind of thing where instead of someone having to message me on Slack asking what my LinkedIn username is or what my Skype is, they can just come here and look it up, right? And I've also got my avatar, just because I have people asking for that as well. And Heidi's someone I used to work with. So the content in here I try to keep pretty small. So I've got like when I work, what kind of times I normally work, the best way to contact me. This is a really big deal. I tend to refer to people this a lot if I get loads of emails off people. Try to default in Slack to sending. In fact, there's some of that down here to sending messages by mention, calendar booking, all that kind of stuff. And then I've got a little bit about what my actual jobs at Red was. What was I doing? In various different roles. And then this bit down here, I did have this a bit longer. But actually, I don't think it's a good idea to have a really long set of requirements of other people working with you. I think it's much better to build norms. Now, some of these things, as we progressed at Red, became company norms where everyone was kind of used to it, which meant that I could remove things from here. So I've just got a bunch of stuff here about about hitting me up, asking, making it clear if you've got blocking things or a deadline, like tell me when you ask me for stuff, how to use Slack to contact me, emails, the fact that I batch process my emails once a week. I check them regularly, but I batch process them once a week. So if you need a quick response, it's a bad mechanism for getting in touch with me. And then also meetings. So I'm quite big on having no agenda meetings as a very distinct thing from agendaed meetings. And then down the bottom, I've just got a little bit about other stuff. So there's some music, YouTube channel for music, and SoundCloud and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I got feedback that this kind of thing was useful. Obviously, you could make this whatever you want, but the key goal is thinking about what stuff that other people need regularly from me, and how can I help them by making this page and directing them to that, so that they can self-service instead of having to ask me for stuff.